Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. I am Major Tony Marlowe of the Orange County Sheriff's Office. On behalf of the Fraternal Order of Police, the Orange County Sheriff John W. Mina, and the Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith, we welcome you to the 43rd Annual Orange County Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony. Tonight, we recognize all of our fallen law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice while protecting the citizens of Orange County. Honoring these fallen heroes and supporting their grieving families is all of our responsibilities. There are no words that can bring them back to us, but through prayer we can find comfort and work each day to strengthen one another as we reflect on their lives. Many words are spoken to reflect the loss of our brothers and sisters, but the 15th chapter of John in the 13th verse states it like no other with these words: greater love has no man than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. Although our honorees are no longer with us, this should be a stark reminder that life is short and tomorrow is not always promised. Therefore, we should not take life for granted, work each day to be kind to one another, and be forever committed to uplifting our profession. Let us now take time to honor all law enforcement officers who serve their communities to keep our citizens safe. These officers represent our city, county, state, and federal agencies. Thank you for your dedication to duty. Please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Orange County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard and performance of the National Anthem by Officer Gladys Justiano with the Orlando Police Department.
All uniformed personnel, attention! Flag team, advance the colors. Ready, face. Carry colors. Color guard, advance the colors. All uniformed personnel, present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All uniformed personnel, order, arms.
Thank you, Officer Justiano. I would now like to welcome Orlando Police Department Chaplain Edward Santana to offer the invocation.
Good evening. Please join me as we place ourselves in God's presence as we pray. Father of love and mercy, we are united here this evening as a county, as a city, as family, friends, and with all those bonded by the desire to celebrate, remember, recognize, and honor our brothers and sisters in blue who gave the ultimate sacrifice in defending and serving the people they dedicated and sworn to protect. Gathered and with the support of our mayor of the city of Orlando, support of the mayor of Orange County, the commissioners and representatives of their respective districts, our local judges and members of the different law enforcement agencies here present, including the Chief of Police of the Orlando Police Department, Eric Smith, and the Sheriff of Orange County, John Mina. We humbly invoke your blessings on them, Lord, and on all those here present, especially the family members and friends of those we honor tonight. Please pour your blessings on this special event and instill in our hearts and in our memories the realization that we hold in faith, that these men and women who now rest in eternal peace with you, Lord, will never be forgotten by us, because we know that they were blessed by you once they took the oath of becoming peace officers. Because as your Son, Jesus the Christ, proclaimed in Matthew chapter 5, verse 9, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. And this is who they are. And this is how we shall forever remember them, as your beloved and blessed sons and daughters. These are the lives and memories we celebrate this evening, Lord. And we ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Flag team, order, arms! All uniform personnel, parade, rest!
Thank you, Chaplain Santana. Please be seated. On October 1st, 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed into law dedicating May 15th of every year as National Peace Officer Memorial Day. On that day, our national flag is flown at half-staff, and thousands of law enforcement officers gather on the lawn of our nation's capital to honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. Tonight, we recognize the 53 law enforcement officers who made the ultimate sacrifice. We join together with families, friends, and co-workers to remember our heroes and honor their loved ones. Please join me in honoring all the survivors whose family members have given their lives or suffered serious injuries in the line of duty. Would those survivors please stand so that you may be recognized? We also recognize the family members and friends of law enforcement officers lost to natural causes. Will those family members please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to introduce our guests here on stage. Please stand when your name is called. John W. Mina, Sheriff of Orange County. Eric Smith, Police Chief of the City of Orlando. Jeff Stinson, President of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 93. Adam Crudo, President of the Orlando Police Department's Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 25. Cesar Ramirez, Chaplain, Orange County Corrections, Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86. We would like to recognize the following dignitaries in attendance. Will you please stand when your name is called? On behalf of the Honorable Jerry L. Demings, Mayor of Orange County, we have Commissioner Mike Scott. The Honorable Buddy Dyer, Mayor of the City of Orlando. The Honorable Lisa T. Munyon, Chief Judge of the 9th Judicial Circuit and all Circuit and County Court judges. All Orange County Board of County Commissioners. All Orlando City Commissioners. All other city mayors and city council members. All chiefs of police, federal, state, and local law enforcement executives, and any other elected officials. Thank you. Please be seated. Tonight, we have two of our law enforcement leaders to share words of strength and encouragement. Please welcome Orange County Sheriff John W. Mina.
Well, good evening. I want to thank all of the families of our fallen heroes, our law enforcement officers, the men and women who keep us safe, and our distinguished guests for being here tonight. I want to thank the judges, members from the state attorney's office, all of our police chiefs, our local, federal, state partners, public defender's office, and all the constitutional officers that showed up here to support your law enforcement community. Your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. While speaking at one of the many law enforcement memorials while he was our president, Ronald Reagan said this: "It's wisely said that nothing worth having comes cheaply or easily, and the price of a free nation is sometimes counted in the dearest currency, human life." These men and women were dedicated Americans. They gave their lives in the continuing battle to preserve the domestic peace and make America safe from those who would prey upon the innocent. Every day, or every year in May, our community gathers here at the courthouse in grateful memory of the law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. And I know all of you, just like me, are very thankful for the men and women who are willing to risk their lives to keep our community safe and protect all of us. Tonight is a night filled with somber, but also inspiring memories. Together, we remember the law enforcement officers who wore the badge, who risked and ultimately lost their lives so that we could feel safe in our own community. Their names are memorialized here at the courthouse and up in Washington, D.C. at the National Law Enforcement Memorial, where they are joined by 24,000 others who died in the line of duty. Tonight, we pay tribute to our fallen brothers and sisters. Now, I know these memories can be difficult. We cannot imagine your pain, your grief, the pain and grief that you experience every single day from the loss of your loved one. We share that pain. And it's our hope that by being here tonight, surrounded by love and support, that brings you some comfort. And so I know that the pain and the grief of your loss will never go away, but I promise this: we will never, ever forget your loved ones. We will never forget your heroes and our heroes. The statement we will never forget is often said after a tragedy, but time has a way of turning unforgettable events into faded memories. I promise you that will not happen with your loved ones. It is our duty and our honor to remember the sacrifice they made for all of us. We can never repay them, but we can honor them or honor their memories with our words and with our actions. To all the families here tonight whose loved one didn't come home from work one day, please know how deeply sorry we are for your loss. May the peace that comes from your happy memories comfort you tonight and in the future. And I hope that meeting and talking with all the other survivors and the families and all of your friends in law enforcement gives you a lift and a little bit of support when you need it most. In Orange County and in every community, there are law enforcement officers on the job watching over all of us, ready for that next call. They took an oath and accepted the responsibility of protecting us from evil. We owe them a debt of gratitude to all who work hard to keep us safe. And I'm very grateful to live here and to be the sheriff for a community that values its law enforcement. And I want you to know that this community supports and honors their law enforcement. I want you to know that this community supports you and honors the ultimate sacrifice that brings us here tonight. As many of you know, 2024 was a year of tremendous loss at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And although the deaths of Lieutenant Ellie Shea and Lieutenant Chris Dillon were not in the line of duty, they still devastated our agency and many in our community who knew them and loved them like we did. Ellie embodied compassion and empathy and was a rising star at the Sheriff's Office, and we will never forget her radiant smile, her kind nature, her wicked sense of humor, and her dedication and commitment to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And Chris, he had a way of connecting with people and left a lasting impression on everyone he met. He was one of the most professional and hardworking people I've ever had the privilege to work with. He truly led from the front, and I will miss hearing his voice on the radio as he led his troops. Both Ellie Shea and Chris Dillon will be sorely missed, and they will never be forgotten. I'll close with this because it bears repeating. I want to thank all law enforcement officers for being our protectors, for going out there every day, knowing the danger, and still risking your lives for people you don't know. You know, the thin blue line is not just a cool logo or a clever design that you see on a t-shirt or a decal. It's the line between our communities and danger. It's the line between order and anarchy. It's the line between predator and victim. And it is the line between law and lawlessness. It's been said that good men and women will die for family. Great men and women will die for friends. Extraordinary men and women will die for strangers. Our lost heroes were extraordinary. Your loved ones were extraordinary. Those of you here tonight who wear this uniform, you are extraordinary. And I couldn't be more proud to work alongside of you. I would like to thank the families again for allowing us to honor their heroes. I promise we will never, ever forget their sacrifice, and we will always be here to support you, always. These brave men and women have given their lives for the preservation of order and the protection of life and liberty. The sacrifice of your loved ones strengthens our resolve to fight for justice. And their actions in the face of danger inspire all of us to do the job that we do every single day. God bless our heroes. God God bless our survivors and all of you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Mina. Please welcome Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith.
Good evening. It's a true honor to be here tonight at the 43rd Annual Orange County Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony. There is no greater burden nor greater honor than to bear the loss of a friend, colleague, or loved one in the service to our community. I would like to recognize all the Central Florida area leaders here tonight, mayors, commissioners, chiefs, sheriffs, judges, representatives from the State Attorney's Office, and the leadership from the Fraternal Order of Police. I thank you all for being here as we remember our fallen heroes. I also want to extend my deepest gratitude to all the officers in attendance in the departments you represent. Your loyalty to one another and your service to our communities are truly appreciated. Tonight we remember the heroes who no longer walk among us. Our promise to them was to never forget. I'd like to speak about Orlando Police Officer George DeSalvia, who was tragically killed on February 3rd, 2000, just over 25 years ago. George gave his life in service to the citizens of Orlando. Officer George DeSalvia was a proud United States Army veteran and had been with the Orlando Police Department for only 8 months when he was taken from us. He was shot and killed while backing up another officer during a traffic stop on John Young Parkway. The shooter also wounded Officer Edward Diaz, who was left paralyzed. The shooter fled, but was later arrested and convicted of first-degree murder of a police officer. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. At the time of his death, George was a devoted family man, a loving husband, and a father to 3 young children. He was also a son and a protective older brother. His family was always his top priority. Yet despite this, he never wavered in his commitment and service to his community. From the very beginning, it was clear he gave his all to both his family and his career. George's decision to become a police officer came naturally. Growing up in a family where both his father and uncle worked with the New York City Police Department, he felt the call to serve and protect, and he did so with pride and integrity. He took his responsibility seriously, always striving to do the job the right way and to be the best version of himself. His approach to the job was one of unrelenting dedication, guided not by strength, but by love and a deep sense of duty to others. George just didn't want to wear the badge. He embodied everything that badge and the Orlando Police Department stands for: courage, pride, and commitment. Whether he was working to become a better officer, mentoring his younger brother, helping friends in need, or caring for his family, George always gave his all. He stepped into the role of leader and protector without hesitation, even when it meant personal sacrifice. His life as a police officer was driven by passion to serve, and he never wavered in that commitment. Along with his dedication, George had a great sense of humor and was always a good sport, never taking himself too seriously. One story I recently heard was when his field training officer decided to play a prank on him. At 2:30 in the morning, they drove over to Oak Ridge Road and International Drive, had George soup in all of his traffic gear, and sent him to direct traffic. And at that hour, of course, there was no traffic for miles. But George stood there in the intersection, fully suited up, ready to do his job. Even in good fun, he demonstrated his unwavering commitment to service. What truly set him apart was his respect for others. In just 8 months, George made extraordinary impact on the community. He was well known for his kindness and integrity, even in neighborhoods that didn't always have the best relationship with law enforcement. After his death, residents of the neighborhood he patrolled, Richmond Heights, many of whom had only interacted with him during their most difficult moments, came forward to share how much they respected him. They spoke about his compassion, his care, and how deeply they would miss having someone like him in their community. Earning that kind of respect in such a short time speaks volumes about the man George was. George's legacy lives on, not only in the memories of his family and friends, but also in the actions of those he inspired. His fellow officers, especially those from his hiring class, have shared that they felt George's presence watching over them during the dangerous calls or critical situations. They believe that they made it through those toughest moments because George was looking over them, still serving as a protector, even after his death. His death motivated those closest to him to live like George, living with integrity, showing respect for others, being prepared, and doing what's right. 25 years have passed, but I still think about George often. I think about where he would be today and what he could have accomplished in this department. His spirit is still felt here in the memories we carry on and the lessons we continue to live by. In 2012, the City of Orlando renamed the street where the Orlando Police Department Training Center and Orlando Range are located to George DeSalvia Way. It's just one of the many ways we honor his memory, but there is so much more. There are the lives that he has touched, the people he helped, and the example he set. We mourn his loss deeply, but we also celebrate the man he was. George was not only our brother in blue, but he also was a friend and role model. He was everything we should all strive to be, as a father, as a husband, as a police officer, and a person. Tonight, as we remember George, we also honor the sacrifices made by so many others who walk in his footsteps. We owe it to them to keep their legacies alive by living with integrity, always striving to protect and serve, just as George did. Remember those officers who have been the forgotten heroes, forgotten until there's trouble. As we reflect on his courage, let us also remember their love for the profession, their communities, and their families. We refuse to forget the heroes we've lost and the work that remains undone. Every day we can be thankful for the integrity and courage of our officers, but today we give thanks to the special courage of the fallen, those who watch ended with their lives. We can never fully repay our debt to them or their families, but we can acknowledge their debt, which we do today with pride and affection. May God bless you all, and especially the men and women who have given their lives in service to our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Smith. At this time, I would like to welcome back to the stage Officer Gladys Justiano, who will perform When We Fall Apart.
You were 43 when you got the news. Life will be changing, nothing we can do. The clock is ticking now. All I could think about is knowing I have to move on without you somehow. And I just can't believe that you're the one who's keeping it together. As you hold my hand and say, it's okay to cry, it's okay to fall apart. You don't have to try to be strong when you are not. And it may take some time to make sense of all your thoughts, but don't ever fight your tears, 'cause there is freedom in every drop. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart. You asked me to sing some songs that I wrote, and I can barely speak, can barely play a note. All my tears rushing, falling on my strings, and make the sound of these progressions have a different ring. And I hate to say goodbye, knowing this will be the last time we're together. As you close your eyes and say, it's okay to cry, it's okay to fall apart. You don't have to try to be strong when you are not. It may take some time to make sense of all your thoughts, but don't ever fight your tears, 'cause there is freedom in every drop. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart. And you've got the gift of mercy. Don't ever think it's strange. Not a curse, but it's a blessing to feel other people's pain. And always love without condition, and trust with all your heart. There's healing in the story of your scars. Oh, well, it's been a while since you've been gone. Sometimes I still catch myself trying to call your phone. All the hopes and dreams we used to talk about, they're still alive in me, and I just hope I make you proud. Now I'm your legacy, and it's your love still holding me together. And I still hear you say, it's okay to cry, it's okay to fall apart. You don't have to try to be strong when you are not. It may take some time to make sense of all your thoughts, but don't ever fight your tears, 'cause there is freedom in every drop. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart. Sometimes the only way to heal a broken heart is when we fall apart.
Thank you, Officer Justiano. As we remember our 53 heroes, I asked the Fraternal Order of Police Presidents Adam Crudo and Jeff Stinson to please step forward and call out the names of our fallen. A rose will be placed on our memorial wreath as each name is called. All uniformed personnel, please stand for the calling of our heroes.
All uniformed personnel, attention!
Apopka Police Department, Denson L. Hudson, Dennis W. Redmond.
Florida Department of Corrections, Alan S. Bernstein.
Florida Highway Patrol, Leroy C. Bender, Richard D. Howe, Tracy L. Vickers.
Orange County Corrections, Shannon Browning, Ramon Caban, Jr.
Orange County Sheriff's Office, David William Mizell, Bobby L. Corley Sr., Samuel J. Parker Jr., Arnold W. Wilkerson, Frank N. Seaton, Thomas A. Ingram, Harry J. Dalton, John Joseph Cregan, Christopher W. Hilton, Grady Terrell Braddock, John H. Holloman, James M. Weaver, Mariano Rocky Lemus Jr., Michael A. Callan, Mark L. Parker, Brandon Lee Coates, Craig A. Heber, Sebastian Diana, Michael Erickson, Jonathan Scott Pine, Norman C. Lewis, Craig Sejos.
Orlando Police Department, James W. Williams, William Beasley, Egbert C. Moore, Edward T. Wynn, Jr., Harry G. Mason, John E. Owen, Sidney C. Crenshaw, Mitchell L. Nutter, Terry N. Thuma, Michael W. Burson Sr., Robert J. Montgomery, George S. DeSalvia, Tanya B. King, Alfred L. Gordon Sr., Deborah L. Clayton, Kevin A. Valencia.
United States Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, William Sheldon.
United States Department of Justice, Office of Inspector General, William Sentner.
University of Central Florida Police Department, Mario R. Jenkins.
Windermere Police Department, Robert German.
Winter Garden Police Department, William Benton, Dalton Fleming.
Winter Park Police Department, John R. Osteen.
For all past law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty.
For all officers injured or incapacitated in the line of duty.
In honor of all those who have passed away of natural causes.
In honor of our military service personnel who have given their lives for our country.
All uniformed personnel, parade rest.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, Officer Justiano will sing Always Remember Us This Way.
That Arizona sky burning in your eyes. You look at me, babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul like California gold. You found the light in me that I couldn't find. So when I'm all choked up, but I can't find the words. Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Lovers in the night, poets trying to write. We don't know how to rhyme, but damn we try. But all we really know, you're where I wanna go. The part of me that you will never die. So when I'm all choked up, but I can't find the words. Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Oh yeah, I don't wanna be just a memory, baby. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Oh yeah, when you look at me and the whole world fades, I'll always remember us this way. Oh, hey.
Thank you, Officer Justiano. At this time, I would like to welcome Orange County Corrections Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 86 Chaplain Cesar Ramirez to the podium. As the following agencies are recognized, we ask the head of each agency or their representative stand when your agency is called. On stage, a folded flag will be brought forward in recognition of our law enforcement guests.
Memorial team, attention!
Apopka Police Department, Chief Michael McKinley. Belle Isle Police Department, Chief Travis Grimm. Eatonville Police Department, Chief Stanley Murray. Edgewood Police Department, Chief Dean DeShriver. Florida Department of Corrections, Secretary Ricky Dixon. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Special Agent in Charge, Felipe Williams. Florida Highway Patrol, Major Mark Castleberry. Florida Fish Wildlife Conservation Commission, Executive Director Roger Young. Maitland Police Department, Chief Dave Manuel. Oakland Police Department, Chief Darren Isan. The Ocoee Police Department, Chief Vincent Ogburn. Office of the State Attorney, 9th Judicial Circuit, State Attorney Monique H. Worrell. Orange County Corrections Department, Chief Louis A. Quiones, Jr. Orange County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff John W. Mina. Orlando Police Department, Chief Eric Smith. The United States Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Special Agent in Charge, Kirk Howard. United States Department of Justice, Office of Inspector General, Special Agent in Charge, Eric Feldman. United States Drug Enforcement Administration, Special Agent in Charge, Deanne L. Reuter. The United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, Special Agent in Charge, Matthew W. Fodor. United States Homeland Security Investigations, Assistant Special Agent in Charge, David Pizzuti. United States Marshal Service, United States Marshal William Berger, Sr. United States Secret Service, Special Agent in Charge, Keith Harris. University of Central Florida Police Department, Chief Carl Metzger. Windermere Police Department, Chief David Ogden. Winter Garden Police Department, Chief Steve Graham. Winter Park Police Department, Chief Tim Wilkerson. Fraternal Order of Police, wreath, presented by Florida State Fraternal Order of Police, 2nd Vice President Jeff Stinson.
Would everyone please stand for the lighting of the Remembrance Candle presented by Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 93, Chaplain Noel Berry. At this time, please light your candles. Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourself and any small children for a volley of 3 from the Orange County Corrections Department Honor Guard, followed by taps by Sergeant Mike Mascott of the Orlando Police Department and a flyover provided by Orange County Sheriff's Office Aviation Unit.
All uniformed personnel, attention! Flag team, carry colors. Firing team, prepare to fire a volley of 3. All uniformed personnel, present arms. All uniformed personnel, order, arms!
Attention all units and listening stations. Tonight is dedicated to honor all fallen Orange County law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Please bow your heads for a moment of silence as we remember our 53 heroes. Let us never forget our heroes who will forever be in our hearts and angels among us. 1064.
All uniformed personnel, parade, rest. For those of you who have lost a loved one, I offer the following inspirational message. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. John, the 14th chapter, the 27th verse. Please remain standing for the benediction given by Orange County Sheriff's Office Chaplain Bassem Shaban, followed by the Central Florida First Responders, pipes and drums, and the retiring of the colors.
In the name of God, most compassionate, most merciful, today we gather in solemn remembrance, united in spirit and purpose, to honor the brave men and women who answered the call to serve and protect, those who wore the badge with pride, who walked the thin blue line with courage, who made the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of justice, peace, and community. We lift our hearts in gratitude for the lives they lived, for their unwavering commitment to duty, and for the light they brought into dark and dangerous places. Though they are no longer with us in body, their legacy endures. In every life they touched, and in every injustice they stood against, and in the safety we enjoy because of their watchful presence. Bless their families, O Lord, with comfort and peace. Surround them with love and give them strength for the days ahead. May they always know that their loved ones did not fall in vain, but stood as sentinels of honor, guardians of hope. Lord, we ask your protection over those who continue this noble mission. Instill in them wisdom, integrity, and compassion. May their hearts remain steadfast, their resolve strong, and their actions guided by the highest ideals of service. Let this day not only be one of mourning, but of deep reflection and renewed dedication to justice, to unity, and to one another. May we honor the fallen not just with words, but with lives that reflect their sacrifice. Our prayer this evening is that we may make a difference in all we do, the words we say and the actions we take. May we glorify you, that you might be pleased with us this evening. So tonight we surrender all to you, withholding nothing. May our thoughts and actions not hinder or limit the marvelous blessings you have in store for us. Guide our thoughts, our words, and actions so that we may number our days to walk worthy of your calling in a path of peace and love. We pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Bassem. Detail, attention. Memorial team, ready, faith. Forward, march.
Ready, face! Forward, march! retire the wreath. Color guard, retire the colors. All you uniformed personnel, present arms. All uniformed personnel, order, arms.
Thank you for taking the time to honor our fallen heroes. We encourage our survivor families to take a plant home as a living memorial of their loved ones. This concludes our ceremony. Good night.
All uniformed personnel, dismissed.